Hey everyone, today we're diving into American Psycho. This movie is wild, and by the end you'll either understand it completely or be more confused than ever. And honestly, both reactions are correct. Let's get into it. Our protagonist is Patrick Bateman, played by Christian Bale. Patrick is a 27-year-old investment banker at Pierce on Wall Street in the late 1980s. And when I say he's obsessed with appearance, I mean this man has a morning routine that would make a beauty influencer weep. We're talking about the ice pack facial mask, the deep pore cleanser, the herb mint facial mask, the exfoliating gel scrub. This dude has more skincare products than personality traits, which is kind of the point. Patrick is rich, designer suits, expensive restaurants, a pristine apartment that looks like a magazine spread. But here's the thing. Despite having everything, Patrick feels absolutely nothing. He straight up tells us in his narration that he's dead inside. There's no real him, just an idea of Patrick Bateman. He's a walking, talking mannequin in an Armani suit. His entire existence revolves around 1. Looking perfect, 2. Going to Dorsia and expensive restaurants he can't get reservations at, 3. Comparing business cards with his co-workers, 4. And oh yeah, maybe being a serial killer. Now let's talk about Patrick's world, because everyone around him is just as vapid and terrible as he is. His co-workers are all interchangeable Wall Street bros who literally can't tell each other apart. They constantly mistake each other for different people, and nobody corrects them because honestly, who cares? They're all the same person wearing different ties. His main crew includes Timothy Bryce, another banker bro. They do drugs and talk about murders in the news like it's sports commentary. Craig McDermott, equally obsessed with status and appearances. David Van Patten, you guessed it, another interchangeable yuppie. Luis Carruthers, a closeted gay co-worker who's clearly in love with Patrick, though Patrick is oblivious. Then Paul Allen, another co-worker who everyone thinks is better than Patrick. Then there's Patrick's fiancée, Evelyn. She's shallow, annoying, and only cares about being seen at the right places. Patrick openly despises her, but won't break up with her because, well, appearances. She's dating him for the same reason he's dating her. It looks good. Patrick is having an affair with his co-worker's girlfriend, Courtney, who's engaged to Luis. Everyone's cheating on everyone, and nobody actually cares. Okay, we have to talk about the business card scene because it's iconic. Patrick and his co-workers are at a meeting, and someone pulls out their business card. Then everyone starts comparing cards like they're trading Pokemon. The cards are nearly identical, same company, same position, slightly different fonts and paper quality. But these guys are treating this like a life-or-death competition. Then Bryce, pulling out Paul Allen's card, the one everyone secretly fears is unbeatable, drops it on the table. And guys, the reaction. Patrick's internal monologue is having a full breakdown. Look at that subtle off-white coloring, the tasteful thickness of it. Oh my God, it even has a watermark. Patrick is literally sweating over a business card. His whole face goes pale. He looks like he's about to pass out. This is the moment we realize this man's entire sense of self-worth is wrapped up in being better than everyone else at the most meaningless things imaginable. Paul Allen having a nicer business card sends Patrick into a spiral. And this is important because it's the motivation for, well, murder. He kills a homeless man and his dog in an alley just because he's bored and empty. So Patrick becomes obsessed with Paul Allen. Paul has a better card. He can get reservations at Dorsia, the impossible-to-book restaurant everyone wants, and people actually remember his name. Patrick can't stand it. One night, Patrick invites Paul over to his apartment under the guise of drinks. He puts on Huey Lewis and the News, yes, really, and gives this whole monologue about how the band's early work was too new wave, but their album Sports is really their masterpiece, full of clear, crisp sound and profound lyrics about love and relationships. While Paul is sitting there trying to process this music review nobody asked for, Patrick puts on a raincoat. Paul's confused. Patrick picks up an axe. Paul is more confused. And then, whack! Patrick axes Paul in the face while yelling, "Try getting a reservation at Dorsia now, you stupid bastard." It's absolutely unhinged, and it's shot like a comedy. That's the genius of this movie. You're laughing and horrified at the same time. Patrick then spends a considerable amount of time meticulously cleaning up the murder scene. After Paul Allen disappears, a private detective named Donald Kimball starts snooping around. He questions Patrick multiple times about Paul's whereabouts. Patrick, surprisingly, is pretty cool under pressure during these interviews. He gives alibis, acts confused, plays the part perfectly. But you can see him getting increasingly paranoid, and this is where the movie gets increasingly surreal and over the top. He murders 2 escorts in his apartment, and it's shot like an 80s music video montage, complete with Patrick flexing naked in the mirror. Again, horrifying but also absurdly funny. He tries to kill his secretary Jean when she comes to his apartment, but something stops him. She's too genuine, too real, and Patrick can't handle real emotion, so he just makes her leave instead. He also has this incredibly awkward encounter with Luis, where Luis basically confesses his love for Patrick. Patrick tries to reject him by saying horrible things, but Luis thinks Patrick is playing hard to get. Patrick literally cannot get this man to hate him. It's weirdly one of the funnier scenes in a movie full of murders. But here's where things get weird. The murders become increasingly cartoonish. Patrick drops a chainsaw on a woman from several floors up while she's running down a stairwell. He gets in a shootout with police that involves him shooting a car and making it explode like an action movie. And we start to question, is this really happening, or is this all in Patrick's head? Patrick completely spirals. He's left a voicemail for his lawyer confessing to all the murders, and I mean all of them. He claims to have killed maybe 20, maybe 40 people. He can't even remember. He says he's killed Paul Allen and that his lawyer should know. Panicking, Patrick goes to Paul Allen's apartment expecting to see evidence of his crime. Instead, the apartment is completely empty, clean, like nobody was ever murdered there. There's even a realtor showing the property. She clearly knows something's off with Patrick and basically threatens him to leave and never come back. Patrick is losing it. Did he imagine everything? Did someone clean up after him? What's real? Then he goes to meet his lawyer at a bar. He tries to explain the confession, but his lawyer laughs it off. He thinks it's a joke. Patrick insists, "No, I killed him. I chopped him up with an axe." His lawyer keeps laughing. "You're not smart enough to kill anyone, Patrick. And besides, you're too much of a coward." He says there's no way Patrick killed Paul Allen because he had dinner with Paul Allen twice in London just 10 days ago. Patrick is dumbfounded. Nobody believes him. Nobody takes him seriously. Even his murder confession is dismissed. The movie ends with Patrick back at a restaurant with his terrible friends, having the exact same vapid conversations they always have. Nothing has changed. Nothing matters. Patrick gives us one final narration. This confession has meant nothing. So what actually happened? Did Patrick kill all those people? Here are the theories. Theory 1, he did it all. Patrick is a serial killer, and the reason nobody believes him is because everyone is so self-absorbed they literally don't care. The lawyer could have mistaken someone else for Paul Allen. These guys can't tell each other apart anyway. The apartment was cleaned up by someone covering for the wealthy murderer. Theory 2. It's all in his head. Patrick never killed anyone. He fantasizes about it because he's so dead inside that murder is the only thing that makes him feel alive. The murders get more unrealistic as they go because they're power fantasies. Theory 3. Some of it happened. Maybe Patrick killed some people, but his memories have become warped and exaggerated. The reality mixed with fantasy until he can't tell the difference anymore. The brilliance is that the movie never tells you which interpretation is correct, and honestly, it doesn't matter. Whether Patrick killed people or just wanted to, the point is the same.